Okay, got it recording now, finally.
Are you sure it's recording this time, Vince?
Yes, it's recording.
We just did half the review and you weren't recording last time.
It's recording now. Are you recording?
I don't know.
Okay, Brandon, I gotta tell you one thing though. Be sure and look at the camera. Don't do like I'm doing and looking at the screen. Don't look at the camera.
Look behind you, Brandon. Hi, and welcome to Front Row Review. Tonight we are going to be reviewing one of the big summer blockbusters of 2011.
And that would be Transformers
Dark of the Moon.
And I have to say, before we get into this review, is I didn't go see the second one for a real long time because of all the bad reviews for it. Just horrible reviews for the second movie, and it really turned me off, so I didn't go see it. And then I decided, you know what? I just felt like going to go see it, so we went to go see it, and I absolutely loved the second movie, and everybody still hates it. I don't understand the hatred towards the second movie so much.
I really don't understand it either, because I liked the second one. I thought the second one was... Actually, I thought the second one had more action in it than the first one did. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's what part of the turnoff is, too.
I think people wanted to see, I guess, more story than action. But come on, it's a Michael Bay movie. I mean, you're going to get stuff blowing up every 5 seconds. So if there was anything weak in the second one, it was the story. But I thought the action made up for the story. So we get the third one now, Transformers 3. And do you think he's improved upon the first or the second one now?
My opinion, not really.
Really?
Yeah, I was actually disappointed in this one. I liked this one, don't get me wrong. I liked the movie, but I didn't think it was good as the first or the second one.
Well, I thought it was 1,000 times better than the second one.
Well, for one thing, okay, now I understand there was a whole thing with Megan Fox, so I understand why they changed to a different love interest. The way they were trying to get out in this film was like, it was as if, well, this was his love interest all along. Like they actually tried to make Megan Fox's character not even exist.
Yeah, I didn't miss Megan Fox. I mean, I didn't even like Megan Fox in the first or second movie. So I actually enjoyed this one more because she wasn't in it.
She's never been all that great of an actress, but she was to me, she was really better in the Transformer movies than any other movie she was in, and I don't know, it just seemed without her character in there, they tried to make it like she didn't even exist, and it was missing something.
Well, it was missing the only element that held the Transformers down to being a great movie, and they took that element out, and now I thought because they did that, it's a spectacular film.
The story in this film was exactly like the story in part 2.
The story was great. I absolutely loved the story in this movie. It was so much better than the story from the first or the second one. I loved the story in this movie.
It was, well, okay, elements of the third film were exactly like the second one.
The story in the second one was all about getting the thing that revived the Autobots, like the
matrix of stupid leadership.
It had nothing to do with the second movie.
Okay. So, I think it was exactly like the second.
The only thing that was the same was it had transforming robots in it. That's pretty much it.
One thing I loved from the first one and the second one was Sam Witwicky's parents. And, because I thought they were great together. I thought
in those two films, they worked for the movie, but in this one, they show up, they drive him around it,
And then what?
And come back.
They come back in one other scene, and then you don't see them the rest of the film. It was like, what was the point in even having them in there? And again, it was like that was one thing. That was one of the things that made the other ones good, and this one, they're not in it, so...
Well, I think they just put them in there because they're, like, a main part of the story. They didn't have much to do in this story, no. But what they did in there, I thought was great. And I got to point out here that I thought this movie was freaking hilarious. I mean, I was laughing through the entire film just like I did the first two movies.
Well, yeah, I agree with that.
You can't tell me the last hour and a half of this movie just did not blow your freaking mind.
I didn't say it didn't. I didn't like the film.
There is nothing wrong with your television set.
Now, I gotta say, I'm completely shocked by your response to this movie. I loved it. I mean, it's a summer, popcorn movie. You go into it, you watch stuff blow up. You don't really worry about so much stuff. You look at the incredible effects, and you come out and you're like, "Wow, I've seen stuff blow up for the last 4 hours. I'm happy." That's the kind of movie it is, just like the second one was.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, and I agree with that. It's just, but this one, I mean, as far as the first two, in the story and everything goes, in keeping in with the whole Transformers story, this one was lacking. Mm-hmm. And there were some things were really good in it, and then there was others that were just, it fell flat.
I completely disagree with you. This is so far this is like about my second to favorite summer film of the year.
That at some point they're going to make a fourth one. That's a given. But I mean, it set it up for another one. So who knows? Maybe they'll bring in the fourth one. Maybe this would actually be a ramp to the fourth one, and I would like it better at that point. Or maybe the things that I'm thinking that are lacking in this one would make more sense by the fourth. So,
yeah, well, Vince, this movie made $116 million opening weekend. It blew away all competition that's ever existed on summer weekend box office.
I think this was a bad movie, bad acting.
What are you going to give the movie?
I would have to give this movie 3 Normans.
Lack of the movie. I would give it 2 Normans.
And I'm giving it 5 out of 5. I love the movie. Great summer flick, great action, good story. The lack of Megan Fox was a big, huge improvement over the film, 1,000%.
Absolutely.
It's over. I'm sorry, but it's over.
If you breathe a word of what you've seen here, we'll do time for treason.
That's a given.